Hello and welcome back to my Dandelion Diaries for day 10 with Colorverse over here at inkvent. And I'm excited. We had a really fun one yesterday, so I'm hoping the momentum continues today. We shall see. Let's just open the door and see what we get. Oh my gosh, it does not want to come out. Oh, there we go. Ooh. So today's ink is called Flame Nebula. Love the name. It says the Flame Nebula in Orion seems to ignite as nearby starlight sets orange hydrogen ablaze. I love these little doors. This is so much fun. So we have another standard, and it looks to be like a really good orange, which I don't think we've had an orange from Colorverse before. I think last year's was a bit more red and not orange. So I'm excited to see this one. So I decided to ink this up and eyedropper it really into the back of this ambrosia model from 𝗏𝗏. This is the marigold colorway, and I'm really just hoping this is a beautiful orange to match this beautiful orange pen. I don't know, I'm really hopeful we get a good orange in a Colorvent that's actually going to be flowing and legible. And I think my wishes have come true. So this 𝗏𝗏 has a broad nib on it, and the color of this ink is a nice, steady orange color. It's a little bit warm, like a fire, but also pretty neutral, like a natural orange. Like, I don't know, it has a really nice kind of basic orange to it. And I feel like we don't really see a lot of this color in terms of like these boxes. So if you've never had an orange ink like this before, I think this is going to be a really good addition. Initial impressions on this one, it is a gorgeous orange. I love the kind of neutral tone of this too. It's not super red and it's not super yellow. It fits very much in the middle for me. It also has a bit of a softness to it, at least in the shading that I'm seeing already. It's like a more muted orange, like I don't know, just like a dusty orange, which I don't know if I've ever said that before. It's really pretty. I'm excited to write with this one. It did seem to have a pretty decent flow, not like overly wet or juicy or anything, but not super dry, which is really attractive. So I'm going to write a whole page with this, and I'll be back and we'll do some comparisons because I'm thinking I probably have an orange that looks very similar to this. I adore this ink. Okay, so I finished my full page. This wrote beautifully. I really love the match with this pen too, honestly, just because of the little bits of chromo that's kind of coming through in the water down here. I'm going to go ahead and compare to other colors before I zoom in on the closeness of this gorgeous ink. I just have to say the shading is pretty good. It's not like crazy shading, but it definitely has a nice kind of range of orange within the color that isn't super red or super yellow, which I really like. I don't know what all I'm going to have that's going to match this, but I'm hoping there's at least going to be one option, since this one likely, I don't know, I feel like this one's not going to get all the votes that it really deserves. I wish we could vote all of them into existence, let's be honest here, but it's just really cool to see, I guess, what becomes more popular. On the first page here, there is a ink by Birmingham Pen Company called Monarch that is kind of close. It's a bit redder and a bit richer, so not quite a match, but at least the tone is very similar. This is Diamond Flame from the 2022 green inkvent, and you can see how like flaming orange it is, which is why I was glad and cool to see that the Flame Nebula isn't as like fiery looking, but more of like a muted flame. It's very pretty. It's kind of similar to Diamond's Autumn Oak on the same page. It's not quite the same level of shading. I think Autumn Oak has a bit more of a brownness to it, but it's kind of close in tone, at least if you're looking for something similar. A nice shimmery version could be Ferris Press's Hardy Harvest. I feel like those have a very similar base color, and Hardy Harvest has this really fun orange shimmer, which if you have the Colorvent calendar, you could easily mix the Gleamix into this and make it a really fun shimmery orange. I debated on doing that, I'm not gonna lie, but I decided it probably wasn't worth it with you guys for the video. I'll do it by myself another time. But yeah, let's see what else we have here that's gonna match. Yeah, I was thinking maybe Pilot Iroshizuka's 𝗖𝗃𝗃𝗃, but it's not quite yellow enough. I think Flame Nebula has a bit more of a yellow base in it. Maybe Antelope Canyon. This is Robert Oster, Antelope Canyon. Antelope Canyon, which is a Pen Chalet exclusive, or even Sunburn next to it. Both of these kind of have a similar kind of look to this. They're not quite the same. Both of these have like a black sheeny thing, and yeah, I'm not gonna call it a match. I'm not quite ready to lay it down for that. Wrangel's 𝗬𝗏𝗆 is kind of similar. It's a bit more yellow, but also has a similar range of color. It has a very similar kind of, I don't know how to say, but like weird appearance that Colorverse's Martian has. The inks are not quite the same. Martian is a bit more of like a yellow orange, and Flame Nebula is a bit more of like an orange, but they both have that kind of weird muted tone thing going on top of it. Yeah, that's what I got there. But yeah, that's all the oranges I have. Okay, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't think we're gonna have too many matches for this, which is a shame because I don't know if it's gonna be loved enough to be voted in. I just want to check my yellows and maybe there will be something in here. I doubt it, but you know, it never hurts to look. Yeah, and then I can look at the browns too. I don't think there's enough brown in this to be considered a brown. It's definitely orange to me, but maybe I have something that's close that you might be able to work with. Faber-Castell's Cognac Brown is also kind of close to this, but it's definitely brown, and Flame Nebula is orange, but the tone is similar. Yeah, I'm at a loss on this one. It's a pretty cool brown, or pretty cool orange. I don't think there's going to be too many that are going to be similar enough to it to actually call it a dupe. Yeah, I think our best bet was in the oranges, maybe like the, which one did I say? Hardy Harvest without the shimmer, and then Autumn Oak, I think was the other closest one. It's a pretty orange. It is a pretty orange. I do think that it's not going to win just because people don't write with orange very often, at least from my world's perspective, but I think this is a fantastic color. I know orange isn't for everybody, but I love using oranges in like the fall and for Halloween, and just even in the springtime, like if you're growing something orange, it's really fun. I don't know, I like a good orange every now and then. Looking at the close-up of the swatch here, you can see a lot more of like that weird kind of sitting shading on top. In the Colorverse card, it's looking much more red, but on the Tomoe paper, it's having a little bit more of a moment with like the yellows, which I'm here for. I really like how it behaved in the pen. It did beautifully, and even in the little swatch here with the water, you can see those yellow hues poking out, even a little bit of pink, little brown bits. Like, it's such a fun range of shades in this one ink. I think it's a fantastic standard. Final thoughts on this one, I'm a fan. I do think Diamine's Nostalgia still wins for me today just because that ink is so incredibly unique, but this is a gorgeous color and I love that it was included in the calendar this year. We're getting a lot more ranges of colors and it's making me very, very happy. I do think adding some of the Glee mix to this would be really fun, make it extra fiery, make the flame part of this stand out a bit more, but even as just a standard, it's a gorgeous color. Love to hear what you think about this one in the comments. Be sure to go vote over my community page where we're neck and neck, I think, with a couple of these now with Diamine versus Colorverse, which is kind of fun. But I'm going to leave it off here. I'll hope to see you guys here tomorrow for day 11. And yeah, let's just keep on chugging along with these Inkvent and Colorvent calendars. I'm really having a good time. Anyways, I hope you're doing well. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.